Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to Hunters Hunted 2 Corruption. Join us as we tell the tale of four men bonded by their fear and hatred of the hidden monsters that reside in Washington, D.C. in September of 2009. Only time will tell if Jebediah, played by Adam B., Robert, played by Adam C., Walter, played by Chris, and Dr. Turner, played by Tillman, will survive together in this story ran by Andrew. Hunters Hunted 2 is a Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition expansion set in the World of Darkness. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or find us on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
Dr. Turner, you are meeting your wife at what would we say? This is 7:30?
I think I never even specified.
Let's say it's like 7:30.
Yeah.
Gonna have dinner.
Mm-hmm.
At your barbecue place. She'll be meeting you there. So do you have any kind of prep or anything like that you want to go through?
I want
Get
to
all dressed
definitely.
nice.
Yeah. As I said, I want to make sure this has the best chance of ending up good, a good night after all. So he'll definitely get dressed up nice. Use some cologne that I don't know, maybe she bought for him or that she likes. And he'll show up early a little bit and make sure that they've got a reservation and that it's not too crowded and weird.
Yeah. Okay. You're at the place. You're early, and you're seated before she arrives. It doesn't take her too long to get there. You're not left waiting. And she's seen to the table. She gives you a smile as she comes up, and I would like you to roll wits and empathy.
Okay, wits I have 1 and empathy I have 0. What difficulty then?
6.
Okay, I watch.
She's really happy to see you.
Nice.
Really happy. She's so this is a very
Okay, let me play this
smile.
out. It hits me like she's smiling at me. She's coming to meet me. I stumble immediately into old manners, try to get up and hug her in the way I'm going in for a kiss, and I guess it immediately gets awkward.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It does immediately get
Nice.
awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of flinches a bit when you do, but and then relaxes and is kind of okay, and then sits down, kind of slowly, awkwardly, kind of looking at you.
But I guess Greg
You could
picks up on that. Okay.
Yeah. No. You misjudged the smile, and then you realize right after, that's awkward. So she kind of sits down and she's just quiet, maybe a little bit red too.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you.
She kind of sighs and says, "Okay, yeah, it's good to see you too." And then right then, as soon as the most inopportune time, waiters in your business, taking your orders. You know how waiters can be. They just kind of step in. You're getting into the you're greeting each other. You're in a conversation. You're trying to, and then, hey, what can I do for you? That kind of thing. So he takes your orders. Are you going to be drinking at all or no?
I'd probably look at her first. How's she acting or reacting to the waiter?
Neutral. Just kind of a, okay, let me just order something, get you out of my face.
Yeah. Maybe Greg can't really read it anyways.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm wondering what's his drink at this place.
It's a barbecue place. They've got all kinds of stuff. They got a full bar.
He's probably gonna order a beer.
Yeah.
Just because it's what he does.
Mm-hmm. So she'll have water, and she just orders water, and you guys order your food and all that stuff. And after all the awkwardness, you're sitting there waiting. She kind of says, "So, I know this is kind of sudden, and I appreciate you coming to meet me last minute like this. So she just kind of like looks at you for a moment, says, "How are you these days?"
It's ups and downs, really. I think I've found something maybe where I can find new work. I'm working with a international research team. I'm learning a lot about medicine. I think maybe I can start off new with that.
That's good.
I've from my last job, I was able to manage to keep a friend, and we hang out a little bit. So those are the good parts.
But there's bad parts.
Yeah, you know how it is.
She kind of nods, really like subtly, and I do. I want to stop by the house and pick up some of my things.
Greg will just sigh. Of course.
Greg, I don't think I'm coming back.
I knew you'd say that. I knew it when you called. I knew it 1 month ago, really.
I didn't. And you kind of see like tears kind of starting to form in her eyes. She's like,
yeah,
I
it's
didn't.
probably the same with him.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't want to do this, but I need to.
Greg will like wipe his face, like trying to not show it to her and to everyone else in the restaurant too much.
And then like your waiter's there with like your food, and you're both kind of like trying to like maintain.
Yeah, like this time he's almost angry at him. Like he doesn't want to show it at all, but like he's like, "Yeah, thank you. You can go now."
You can roll your self-control if you want to see if like you can maintain your own composure and not just kind of like give him like a shitty like just fucking go away kind of way.
Yeah, let's do that. What difficulty is that? I think self-control is different, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this should be kind of difficult, I think, for this scenario. So maybe a 7.
Yeah, I guess he's insulting to me, and insults rate pretty high.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the general culture is like in other
I fail.
in European countries, but like in America, a lot of times the waiters and waitresses will be like up in your face sometimes to the point where it's like kind of annoying, and he is annoying the shit out of you right now, and it kind of shows in the way you respond to him, and he's and you can see like instantly he's like, oh, here's your food, and serves it to you as like quickly as he can, and like he's out, he's gone, does not bother you for the rest of the evening. But it definitely showed in the way you responded to him that you were irritated with him coming up and interrupting.
Yeah, Greg will be embarrassed by his reaction. He'll try to compose himself for a moment and ask, "So, how have things been for you?"
I'm getting better, and
He'll look
think
almost hurt by that. Like, how
Yeah.
can you do that?
like, how can you be getting better without me there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's kind of hurt by that, I guess. And she sees that, right? Would that be like in his expression?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And she gives you like a sympathetic look and says, "I'm gonna try, but I still need time. Okay, just let me try to move forward. Can you do that for me? Can you let me just move on?"
I will let you do that.
And she kind of gives you like a weak smile and says, "Thank you." And I think we can close that scene there. The rest of the evening is kind of like a kind of awkward small talk, not too in depth, but she's very much distant.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on in Dr. Turner's mind?
I think he's probably been waiting on this day and dreading it, and couldn't really and wouldn't really make it happen himself. And now it's hitting him really hard, but
He's not showing it right away.
well, I think he's showing it, but he's not saying it. He's not really that good with words anyway, like talking about his feelings.
Yeah.
So he's basically like fighting with himself mostly during that evening.
Okay. Okay, with that depressing note, we will move on to Robert Esposito. So, you have a full afternoon of looking into and researching this case you've been handed over, as whatever, however you want to handle it. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so when I walk out of the building with the case file, I go directly to my car, and I reach into the glove box and I pull out another nip of vodka, and kind of just top off the remaining third of coffee that I have in this giant 7-Eleven mug, and I sit in the driver's seat. I don't turn the car on or even the battery, and I kind of just slide the seat back a little bit, and I open up the folder, and I just want to gloss over what's inside of the folder while I'm kind of just in my car. Robert sees his car as kind of like a second office. The pressures of being in the office can sometimes get to him, and he likes being in his car because, first of all, he has easy access to just getting another drink. He's able to smoke cigarettes without anybody giving him a hard time or anything like that. So he sees the car as somewhat of an escape, and that was the most comfortable place he could think of to go in this moment. So he kind of goes to the side of the seat and pulls the knob to set his chair back a little bit, and he lights up a cigarette, opens the door, and just kind of leaves it ajar instead of rolling the window down. He's a big man, and this sedan is kind of a small space for him to be in, but he finds it comforting. It's almost like it's it's just like this tight, like, safe area that he can be in and kind of just like forget about everything else. So he's just going to open up the folder and not really looking at any of it in great detail yet. He's going to kind of just flip through and see what he's got.
So you're looking at the physical file that you were given, and he did say, you should have an email with like the relevant information. I have no idea how the FBI actually handles things like this, so I'm just kind of winging it on this.
Same. I would assume I have like a BlackBerry or something like that.
Yeah.
Some sort of phone that's high tech enough I can get my emails on it.
There's smartphones in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So you are taking a look, and it's an open case that is being investigated into, and the local authorities have come to like a roadblock. And like Carter said, it seems that there might be some connections to some other cases. So it's a series of murders, okay? And each of these murders is unique in that the victims all share one specific quality that stands out immediately, and that all of these people are pastors or priests. So there's 4 murders, and each one is from a local like church. The most recent being at St. Patrick's Catholic Church, but there's a couple of others, and the victims, like all their information and like the full like crime scene photos and details of like everything is there. And all of these people were shot. There's forensics information, everything you can draw upon. Any specific details you want to like look into?
I feel like that's a pretty good primer for Robert right now, just to kind of get himself an idea of what's going on. So after his initial flip through, okay, we got some murders. Okay, all the Vics share all these Vics have in common is that they're all pastors. He's just got the basics, and he's like, okay, I'm going to show this to the guys.
They've all been shot.
He knows that what he should do is just start looking into things, start going to crime scenes, start talking to people, start just diving into this file that he has in front of him. But he's reluctant because he hasn't worked on anything like this by himself, especially worked on something this serious without Walton. So he thinks he wants to show it to the guys. I think really he just wants to kind of head to the base and see if anybody else is there who might like want to know about this, who might be willing to listen to him talk about this, you know?
And even though it's one of those things, he's like, I know I shouldn't talk about this
Oh,
open
he
case.
knows. Yeah, he absolutely knows. He's just like, this is fucked, but maybe I could run this by Walt or some of the guys and just get their ideas, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
he,
So
he like he operates on some gray areas every now and then when it comes to like following
protocol.
following protocol exactly. So what he's probably going to do is put the key in the ignition, start the car up, and he's going to head to Jeb's, but he wants to stop at a liquor store and maybe grab a 6-pack before he goes down there, not show up empty-handed. Not even sure if anybody is there at the moment, you know? He just figures maybe one of the guys is there, or maybe I could just get some peace and quiet at the base. Either way, he's feeling so antsy about just having this dropped on him that he's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll say that for convenience sake, you spend a little bit of time kind of looking over the files, and you can meet up with them like while there's actually like people there to interact with and talk to. Power of storytelling.
So, yeah, he would have just stopped at like any kind of convenience store that sells alcohol, grabbed a 6-pack of Budweiser, put it in the seat next to him. Definitely would have bought some snacks as a compulsive eater, probably like a bag of chips or something like that. And he's just driving to Jeb's.
Okay. So we can skip to that where you are arriving, and it is, like I said earlier, maybe like 5:30-ish, somewhere around there. Maybe you get there after the others have already kind of got together and started talking a bit and going on their spiels about 9/11 conspiracy theories.
Right.
And you pull up and you see that others are here already. You recognize
So
their
what I
vehicles.
probably would have done is out of respect for Jeb and just wanting to help him keep his privacy, I park somewhat away from Jeb's house always. So I'll park like a lot further down the street, and I kind of just hoof it to Jeb's. So I probably would maybe hear the conversations as I'm starting to get closer. So I got the folder in one hand, and I got this 6-pack of beer underneath the other arm. Probably actually just a paper bag with some beer and some snacks on top. And he's just kind of just walking up to Jeb's.
What kind of car do you drive?
Just a black sedan. Probably would be. I'm trying to think if agents like all drive like a field agent. It probably would be like a black Lincoln. Might kind of look like a cop car. Might just be a black car. Like it's
One of those ones where you see it in the rear view and you're like,
you are worried for a second, but
just for a brief
it might
moment,
just
you
be
don't
a
know.
guy. Yeah.
I would say it'd be cool almost like if we had security cameras in the front of the shack and there's like a little security camera monitor in the kitchen and
Yeah.
we're drinking beer and we see him come walking up. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
okay.
comes walking up. You're aware of him before he gets there.
so I kind of look at Jebediah and for the record too, like my guy probably I don't know if they would notice, but he's definitely not going to mention at all. Like he's never told them about Iris. He's never, you know what I mean, said any of that shit. So like what the text message he got right now, he's keeping close hold. You know what I mean? He's not gonna like tell anyone. So you might look a little antsy too. But I look at the security camera and I look at Jebediah. I'm like, looks like Robert's here. I'll go greet him at the door. Carry on. And I like turn around and just walk towards the front door.
Wait.
I stop. I turn around, look.
Jeb
Yes,
will walk over to the fridge, pull out a beer, hand it to you. Give him this when he gets in.
I will do that, Jebediah. I will do that. And I just kind of like grab the beer and turn around and walk towards the door.
So about them gay frogs.
I
Tell me. He's enthralled.
So I kind of like open the door and kind of like stand in the doorway while I watch like Robert do the last heavy breathing steps, up to the front door.
And I'm wiped out by the time I get to that front door. I've already loosened the shirt a few buttons, and you can see I got sweat all on my forehead. And he's just huffing and puffing. And when he finally gets to the top steps, he sets the bag down and just kind of bends over, holding his knees, just like trying to catch
my
your
God.
breath, and just not even looking up at Walter. He just says, "Walter," and gives a nod.
Here, hydrate yourself, Robert. Looks like you need something to drink. And I hand him like an open Pabst Blue Ribbon can.
From the
He-
kitchen, you'll hear Jeb. It's better than water.
Robert will smile and he'll tell Walter, I'm on the clock right now," and then kind of just like takes it from his hand anyways as like a
No, you ain't.
just kidding. Like, but I mean, he'll try to like put on the illusion, in front of other people that he doesn't do things that he's not supposed to. But he's been drinking since he started his day. That first cup of coffee he got, he threw some booze in it right off the bat. So that's just kind of how he lives. So, but yeah, he wouldn't even mention that he had already brought beer, and these guys have it anyways. He would just kind of hand it to Walter and start to make his way through the door. And he'd ask Walter, "Does Jeb have any company right now?"
Yes, he does have a friend of his who's.
Hey, you
not
want the
educated like
possum
us.
or the deer? Because I got both, and I think I got some fish in here. We're going to grill in a minute.
I'd prefer venison. Jebediah venison, if you would.
Okay.
Robert, have a seat. And we have company who's not as educated as us. Let me go through this, chill this inside the fridge, and you and I can exchange some words. But please sit down. And I motion to like that old, like probably reclining, like love seat chair that Jebediah has that has like springs that are like almost about to break through the fabric or something like that.
Robert
Sit down
will
and catch
take
your
the folder and just kind of set it underneath something where it'll kind of blend in with maybe the clutter, because he doesn't want to be caught off guard and maybe be asked about what he's got in his hands. So he, in a way, hides it. Not like hides it, but just like sets it down, maybe puts a magazine on top of it or something like that. Or
Was that after I walked away, or was that before I walked away?
that was before you walked away. Like
Okay.
he's not trying to hide it from you. Like he came there to talk to you about it, or maybe
Yeah.
talk to Jeb about it. But since he can see that there's other people there, he's gonna put it away for now. He doesn't want it to
You can
come up at all.
You can see like there's a moment because like we kind of described like the slight relationship that you and I both had, where like you've been kind of like a source a little bit, and you see when Walter sees you put that folder into the magazine, you see him stop for a second. He like eyes it all like a druggie would eye a crack rock, and then he's like pulls himself back for a second. He nods to you like very slightly, and he turns around and he walks in the kitchen. He's like, Jebediah, you're gonna be taking your friend out there to the grill with you?
Yeah, if he wants to come.
Hey, you should go out there, get some fresh air. And I
Okay,
look at his
we'll
friend.
get that
Nate.
thing fired up.
All right, definitely. I
I
kind of
just want to take a moment to kind of set the scene for the how it is, like the just overall like weather of the area right now. In September, it's relatively cool. It's not too hot. It's in the like mid 60s and really just like very humid, so it warms it up a bit. So it's comfortable. It's cloudy, and it's not too stifling. But if you're like wearing like jackets, you're going to be a little uncomfortable. So you can short sleeves can work just fine, and it feels good. It's perfect weather for sitting on a porch, sipping on some sweet tea.
So I go throw the beer in the fridge, and I kind of like look to make sure that Jebediah is out there grilling, and his friend Nate was his friend's name, right? Nathan, grilling with them. So I kind of like turn and I walk back, and I sit down on the couch, right, next to the seat that I take it that that Mr. Robert is sitting in, and I just kind of like look at him for a second, look at the folder, and look back at him for a second, just to kind of see if I can kind of gauge his like how his demeanor is at the moment.
After he sinks into this either chair or couch seat, you just see him. He just kind of like, and he takes a handkerchief out of his jacket pocket, and he's just wiping his head, catching his breath, and he makes eye contact with you again, and he can. I would assume, if you want me to roll for this, I will, but I can assume that I can read this interest that you have in the what I just put away.
Yeah, he's not hiding his feelings
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, he's obviously making it known that he's interested what's sitting there.
between characters, I'm not gonna make y'all real stiff if you don't want to. It's not.
Cool,
Yeah,
alright.
yeah. I'm not trying to hide it. But I'm respecting you because I think that, like, first of all, Walter respects everyone in the group. You know what I mean? Because you guys, we are all have had our eyes open, but he especially knows that you're in the most. He looks at you more even than him as being in the front lines because you are in the belly of the beast. You're a federal agent. You know what I mean? And you're like, and of course the government's controlled by evil entities. So you're like, you know, he respects when you bring stuff to him now. You know, stuff like that.
He'll kind of point over at the stack of magazines that he hid the vial under, and he'll just say, "We'll talk later." And he gets up from the chair and takes his jacket off. You can see the pit stains in his dress shirt, and this like loosened tie that he just kind of does enough where he can just like pull it off. And he folds them neatly and sets it down somewhere where it won't bother anybody. And he just goes, "Let's go up back and see what Jeb's grilling up."
You sure this can wait, Robert?
Yeah, it can wait.
Well, I have somewhere to be tonight, so hopefully this Nathan guy will leave. But yes, we'll talk about it later. Smart move.
Listen, it's nothing that pertains to us.
Oh,
It's just
What's
been a
going on?
while since it's been a while since I had a murder case. And, I was hoping maybe you guys would kind of maybe help me sift through this.
they're putting you back in the field. I take it then.
He just nods.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're ready?
Of course I'm ready. It's my job.
No offense
And
meant.
you'd probably be able to just read right through it that he's just like,
Robert, I don't understand the self-doubt that I always seem to feel radiates from you at times. You do realize, Robert, that you are a soldier in an unseen war, right? You put your life at risk more than any of us in this cause of ours.
he shakes his head and kind of just cuts you off, and he's just like, yes, I know, Walter. We've been through all this. And he's just kind of going like, oh, in his head, he's like, oh, that's Walter. Just spouting his craziness.
Robert, I really wish you would take my advice and take like 30 days off. We could do a peyote trip at the beginning of your 30 days off.
Jesus
time-
Christ, Walter. Enough of that shit, all right?
But by the time you get back off your vacation, it will be out of your system and you will not fail your urinalysis. And together we can answer these questions that I know is in your brain. You may look at me like I am insane, but Robert,
Walter,
you know
let's
that
go
I
outside. Come on.
Okay.
It's just
okay.
like, you've probably talked to him about this like a lot.
It's
And
probably a conversation they've had like over and over and over again. So yeah, but replace.
While Robert really does enjoy vices and stuff like that, he totally sees like drugs like hallucinogens or marijuana or anything like that as kind of just like, that's for out there hippie type people, and that is just not something he's into at all. He's probably dabbled a little bit with cocaine and stuff like that, maybe during his younger years, maybe even now, who knows, but he definitely
have had
that class of substances as hippie stuff. No way.
I could picture you and I having a couple nights where we were like going over files, like all coked out, because cocaine's out of your system in a few days, and just like, oh man, did you see? Like, look at this right here, look at this last video. Like that's where Walter usually is well composed, but when he gets like high on coke, like he was earlier today, he gets really like talks really fast.
And Robert would be the kind of guy who's like hell no, don't do drugs, don't do coke, but like you would probably offer it to him like every now and then, and he's just like, oh, fuck it, and just ends up doing cocaine with you and ends up, going on this crazy conspiracy bender where you just in like a cocaine fueled like intensity, we just devour files and information and just try to figure stuff out, try to find the truth.
Definitely. I put like a warm, reassuring hand on his shoulder as we walk out there, and let's go try some of that venison. I've always been a fan of venison. I've never had possum though.
Hello folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.
The Los Angeles metropolitan area is constantly growing and changing. The Central District is full of new buildings. The Hollywood and Wilshire districts, once far from downtown, now are part of a which spreads past Beverly Hills and out to the ocean. But why is all this going on in Los Angeles? Why is Los Angeles an exploding city?
Neon Masquerade.
The Demon's Mirror.
13 Candles.
3 chronicles running through the undead veins of the City of Angels.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers Actual Play podcast invites you to drink deeply.
Go to eorpodcast.com and search the duets tag to find out more.